The tariffs have been incredible. And
even as they work for a president who has proclaimed tariffs are the greatest, CNN has learned from two members of the South Carolina congressional delegation, UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Budget Director Mick Mulvaney have been pushing for a tariff exemption for a company in their home state.
We're winning on trade.
President Trump says he wants to level the trade playing field by imposing tariffs on as much as $200 billion more imported Chinese products and parts. Corporate leaders have been telling Washington how much those tariffs will hurt business and the economy. But behind the scenes, Mulvaney and Ambassador Haley are advocating for a small South Carolina company named Element Electronics to get something every impacted company would love to have, an exemption for their Chinese supplier.
We have advocates for South Carolina and this Element plant to include these two individuals that are fighting for the unique case that we have that makes this policy impossible for us to implement in South Carolina.
South Carolina State Senator Mike Fanning welcomes Mulvaney and Haley's help for Element, which is in his district, claiming Element deserves the exemption because it's the only company in America assembling television sets, selling them to Walmart. Last month, Element shocked the tiny town of Winnsboro, population 3,800, announcing it was shutting down and laying off 126 employees, blaming Trump's proposed tariffs, which the company says will make its TVs too expensive. CNN has reached out to Element Electronics, but they have not responded to multiple requests.
You know, anytime jobs are lost, there's a trickle-down effect where people don't have money to spend, they can't spend it. And so it affects everyone.
Winnsboro and Fairfield County have had what one official calls the year from hell. In July 2017, the construction of 2 nuclear reactors was abandoned, resulting in the loss of close to 6,000 jobs. Next came the shuttering of a large textile mill that had provided jobs for more than a century. The county hospital is closing. And now Element, Winnsboro's largest remaining private employer, is poised to call it quits.
It rocked me to my core.
Mulvaney and Haley both have a connection to Element. In 2013, then Governor Haley lured Element Electronics to the state by offering more than $1 million of state money, as well as tax incentives. Later, she was boasting about the economic benefits of the company in a promotional video for Walmart.
$7.5 million invested, 500 jobs in Winnsboro.
Before he was Trump's budget director, Mick Mulvaney was Congressman Mulvaney, representing the district where Element set up shop. And you don't see the hypocrisy in his effort to do that for his state?
Absolutely not.
Fanning, a Democrat, says Mulvaney and Haley's advocacy is neither hypocritical nor political, pointing out in 2016 his district voted overwhelmingly for Hillary Clinton. He says the pair are helping because it's justified. But the president's tariff pain will be felt nationwide, and as corporations warn of cutbacks and layoffs, many communities can only wish they had 2 high-level administration members fighting for them. Officials with Element say that if they were to get an exemption, or if those proposed tariffs were to simply go away, they could be back in business in a matter of months, possibly even think about expanding, which would be a welcome dose of good news in this small, economically hard-hit town. Martin Savage, CNN, Winnsboro, South Carolina.